Hey, my morning.
Good morning, sir. How may I help?
I'm going to Kia Motors.
Okay. Temperature check. 36 Ford. Go straight ahead, sir.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
This is Cars and Cuisine, and we are here in Wildy at Answer Motors, where we are looking at Kia, the power to surprise. And one of the most surprising vehicles that we see on the road, it always turns your head when you see it pass. It's the 2020 Kia Seltos. And to tell us a bit more about the Kia Seltos, I have none other than Andrew. He is the sales executive here at Kia. Hi, Andrew. What's up, man?
Hi, how are you, Simon?
I'm doing fine.
No. Thanks for coming today to Answer Motors, and welcome to the Kia showroom.
Wonderful. I am looking at this beautiful vehicle here. What color is this Kia Seltos?
Oh, this is the Gravity Grey.
Gravity Gray.
Very popular color.
Let me tell you guys, these Kia Seltos look so good. And as we go on the road, we get to see a bit more about the features as we drive the vehicle. But even on the exterior as we look, what I notice is that it has the indicators in the side mirrors. And I think that that's something that a lot of newer vehicles are coming with now.
Yes, and a lot of people seem to look for that too, because it also helps you to alert people when you're turning. You know, it's a very important factor.
I think so too. Yeah. And let's look at the size of the rims. These are the 17-inch alloy rims.
Oh, these are beautiful 17-inch rims here. Kia is well known for their rims, and they come with the 17-inch. You don't have to change them. You don't have to buy aftermarket rims.
Nice. I just like the styling of the vehicle. It looks very executive, but yes, it has a bit of an aggression to it. It makes a statement when you drive on the road.
Well, to me, it's one of the most beautiful looking vehicles out there, and you can't miss it on the road. You just cannot miss that front. I really, really love this front. Look at that. Man. Isn't that majestic? This is one of the most handsome, beautiful vehicles out there. A guy will call it handsome, a lady will call it beautiful.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It appeals to everybody.
I noticed too that you have some LED lights. Tell us a bit about these daytime running LED lights. That's standard now.
I am very proud of the lighting in this vehicle. LED lights, as you know, are the most prominent lights now. They are very penetrating. They're not like these aftermarket lights that you see that just shine bright but go nowhere and they blind you.
That's right.
Right. These are LED lights from the manufacturer. They're extremely good in off-road and dark areas like country roads. They are very bright and they do not go all over the place. They focus straight ahead.
Exactly. And I like the styling of the grille too as well, the way how the grille looks so aggressive. So you have your fog lights, you also have your LED daytime running lamps.
We have LED lights all around.
Wow.
And the fog lights are LED too.
Wonderful. So you're getting maximum visibility.
Maximum visibility wherever you go.
Yes. So let's look around to the trunk of the vehicle. You know, people are always concerned about trunk space.
Oh, Bajans, that's the next thing the Bajans ask for, trunk space. Bajans love trunk. And my word, have a look at this trunk. Can you ask for more than that?
That's for sure.
Yep. You can hold your golf clubs too.
Yeah, you're right. Luggage, whatever you want, you can put it in here. And I like the fact that you have some sections where the smaller things, because sometimes you're driving in your vehicle and you hear things moving around, but you also have these smaller compartments to hold these smaller items. And you got a full-size spare tire.
Full-size spare tire. Yes, we do.
Full-size spare
must
tire.
Have it. That's well
this is
known
wonderful.
For Kia.
I'm liking what I'm saying, Andrew, as well as the light in the trunk as well.
Yes.
Nice.
And also one must not forget that this vehicle comes also with front sensors.
Front sensors.
So when you're parking in your garage, you can go right to the top. You wouldn't even touch.
Nice.
Rear sensors and rear camera.
Nice.
So that lends to a perfect parking ability.
That's right.
Yes, we do. Also, it's LED brake lights at the back.
LED brake lights.
So when you're stopping, the people behind know, hey, this guy is stopping, so they're aware.
I like it. I like it. I like what I'm seeing so far. Let's take a look at this back seat for the passenger room. Lots of passenger room for sure.
Kia has the air-conditioned vents in the back.
Air-conditioned vents.
So Kia are very generous to keep all your friends cool. Air-conditioned vents and also the armrest.
The armrest with cup holders in it as well.
All your friends will be very, very comfortable. This is what we call a mid-size SUV.
Mid-size SUV.
It's not a small SUV. It's not a crossover. actually the room inside of this is very close to its bigger brother, the Sportage. The leg room, the shoulder room, the head room is actually, if not the same. So you're losing no space whatsoever.
Wonderful. I also noticed that you have all-round disc brakes.
Must have
ABS,
it.
of course.
Must have it.
For proper stopping power.
You have to stop, yes.
Nice. And let's look at the driver's side now. Oh, wow. Look at this cockpit. I can
That's
best look at the
beautiful.
cockpit. It's beautiful, man.
It is a cockpit. That's exactly
Definitely.
what they call it.
All the styling for the door speakers as well.
The door speakers, you have the push button start, you have the auto lights, the auto wipers. It even comes with traction control.
Traction control.
Very important because as you know here, the roundabouts, when you get the first little rain, you can get a little skid, and that will control the tire that is sliding out on you. You have your 8-inch touchscreen.
Oh,
you have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have the traction control. You have the reverse camera.
All of that integrated in the system, huh?
All right here, a beautiful feel.
Wow,
Lovely
look at you.
vehicle.
By you getting in the vehicle, it looks like it's just
It's made for me.
made for you.
It is.
Tailor-made. I like the size of the steering wheel too, and you have
Yes,
all of your
nice grip.
steering wheel controls.
Everything here, the radio is here, the voice control is here. You do not take your hand off the wheel. When you plug in your phone, you have the Apple CarPlay, you actually make calls verbally. You press the button here, the voice assistant comes up and you make all your calls verbally.
Wonderful.
You put all your apps on the screen. If you have an Android phone like me, you can put your Google Maps on the screen.
Nice.
And you could ask Google to find you the nearest Chevette.
All right.
All this you do touch. Hands on the wheel.
I like how the steering wheel looks even in terms of the gear stick as well. Looks very aggressive, looks very nice, modern. Everything looks modern
Everything
with
is
this
modern.
vehicle.
Kia
Very
is
modern.
very modern.
Yeah,
The power to surprise.
The power. I am surprised by what I'm seeing so far. So Andrew, tell us a bit about what's inside the new 2020 Kia Seltos.
Well, have a look right here. What you will see is a 16-valve double overhead cam engine. And this engine has 123 horsepower,
Nice.
which is quite enough to push this baby along, carry you up any hill, over any load, and still have good fuel economy. This engine does it all.
Wonderful. So it's 4 cylinders, and also I see that there's a lot of room in the engine bay. So I like that too, because sometimes when you have a vehicle, it's so hard to maneuver and do things or to look at stuff. I can see your batteries here, fuses, air filter box, and so on. Nice. I like how the whole engine is laid out.
Well, modern engines come small and big things come in small packages. And years ago, you would see a 1600cc engine take up all this, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But now the engines are a higher compression. So they push more horsepower and they're smaller in size.
Wonderful, man. I like it. You got your coolant, you got everything here right at your disposal.
Easy to get at.
Yeah, man. So the Kia Seltos, guys, the 2020 Kia Seltos. If you haven't driven the cars yet, you want to get a test drive, make sure you come down here and talk to Andrew. And so Andrew, tell us a bit about the price. What's the cost of one of these on-the-road cost, starting cost of this?
It's unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. We start at 90,000. If you get everything done to it, it'll be 92,400 on the road, and you will get license, you will get your license plates, you will get your mats. We will even tint it for you.
Wow.
Okay, you just drive right out.
Nice. I like that. So guys, you have no excuse. Come on down to the Kia showroom and test drive a Kia Seltos today.
If you notice, you have the rearview mirror, which is called auto dimming. When the people shine their lights on you at night, it dims automatically.
Wow, from behind. That's great.
Auto dimming.
Going to pick up a very important guest today. Let's have a small interview in the car. I'll be talking to none other than the Honorable John King.
Oh my word, that's
Yes.
a very important person.
Yes, man. The Honorable John King. He's going to tell us a bit about the Ministry of Culture and what he's been doing, he's been able to achieve. But this 1600 engine is quite peppy too. You know?
I'm glad you mentioned that now, you see?
It's quite peppy.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was discussing that with you and I was telling you it had 123 horsepower, which for a 1600 is quite a good amount of horsepower.
Hey.
Yo. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey. Good to see you, man. Minister King. What's up, man?
I am good, my brother.
All right,
We're
come
gonna
on
do
in.
this.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. Awesome.
If you can feel free to take off your mask now.
All
We are
right.
all good to go. I am
All
here joined with none other than Minister King, as well as our good friend Andrew from Answer Motors.
Hi.
He's in the back seat there.
Hi, Auntie. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Yourself?
I am good.
Wonderful, man.
What's this lovely vehicle I'm in?
This is the 2020 Kia Seltos. Let me tell you, a lovely vehicle. It's a joy to drive.
Awesome.
All of the modern technology is in it. Andrew was giving me the full rundown about the vehicle. It drives well, and it is so good that we could be on the road. A lot has been happening since COVID, so it's good to see you, Minister. How you been, man?
It's been hectic.
I can imagine.
COVID or no COVID, you know, it's always hectic, and you would know.
Of course.
You're dealing with culture.
Of course.
There's always something to do or something to be done.
Correct. And I want to say that I commend the National Cultural Foundation, because it is through them that we got the assistance to the grant funding to part fund some of the episodes of Cars and Cuisine.
Awesome.
So tell us a bit, what was the rationale behind the COVID-19, the fund, that grant?
Well, you know, one of the things that we realized very early is that even pre-COVID, you know, a lot of our people in the creative industries have always been crying out, you know, for assistance. Obviously, because of how the structure of the business is, you got basically what some people would refer to as a gig economy.
That's right.
Where, you know, it's high risk and that sort of stuff. So the lending agencies are not that open to, you know, supporting a lot of stuff that people do. One, because Barbados is small, you know, 166 square miles, 280,000, 300,000 people at max. Conventional wisdom always says that probably 1% of the population would be the ones that actually support culture and sport and this type of thing. So if you think about that, if you use that as our measuring stick, you'd understand the thing. So you could understand why agencies would be a little bit, you know, hesitant to get involved in a lot of projects and stuff like that. So we've always held the position that the creative industries are going to be essential going forward as the world's economies change.
That's right.
How people view things, and so we've been in the forefront of actually supporting a lot of stuff. I mean, can we do more in terms of financing? I guess yes, we could if things were better.
That's right.
But under the circumstances, we're trying to do the best that we can. And you know, and just as you said, Simon, you know, a lot of people are very thankful for what we've been doing, and we are very proud of what we've been doing also, because there's so many things that are coming out in Barbados that a lot of our people don't even know about.
That's right.
You know, so like for instance, you've got this program,
Cars and Cuisine,
Cars and Cuisine, but you've got other things that are coming. Like we got chefs who are teaching people how to use Barbadian food stuff and things to you know, do healthy meals and this sort of stuff. We had programs with people who are talking about backyard gardening and giving people tips on how to grow their own food. So you're talking food security, you're talking being able to feed yourself, and a lot of these things we take for granted.
True.
But in other parts of the world, you can see these things on a regular basis on television, on you know, social media, wherever. So we've got to get in touch with a lot of these things that we do ourselves. So people like to know that they can see themselves and that they can get information from themselves, you know. And this is where our focus is, and that's why we're able to use the monies that we have to support local things.
So we're in the segment of my show, Cars and Cuisine, where we call it Blow Your Horn. So I'm going to ask you if there are three things that you would have achieved so far that you are, I would say that you're proud of, that you and your ministry has been able to achieve.
Okay.
And every time when you mention one of the achievements, I'm going to blow the horn.
You're going to blow the horn.
Correct.
All right then. Okay, so one of the first things we were able to do, which I'm very proud of, was to be able to get the duty-free status for the creatives and stuff like that help to give persons a leg up, you know. So
you blow a horn for that?
Yeah, I blow a horn for that. I'm very, very proud of that. It was languishing there for a long time.
Right.
I never activated, and we got it done. So I was very happy with that. Two, the National Art Gallery. For a number of years, we were hearing that, you know, we're going to get Block A and we're going to do this, we're going to do the next with the National Art Gallery. We finally got that done. So now we have a place where we can begin the process of building it out, cleaning it up, and putting it into shape, where Barbadians get the chance to go and see all this fantastic artwork.
So that's the second thing you can blow by horn for?
So that's the second thing we can blow the horn, we can blow that horn for. And I think the third one would have just happened recently, and that was the opening of the Rock Hall Freedom Park.
Wow,
the only thing that
yes.
was done in that area for a number of years was the erection of the monument.
Right.
But we did it. We opened the park. It's a beautiful space, and I want to encourage all Barbadians to go there, relax, just taking the air and the atmosphere and the feeling of our ancestors who, after slavery, were able to buy that land and build their first home, the first free village.
What are some of the things that you would like to see happen in your ministry for the future?
Well, I think the first thing I would want to see is us to be able to create an arm of the ministry that is dedicated solely to the business of the creative art.
I like that you mentioned that.
Yeah, to the business of it, because I think business development.
Yep.
You know, and it helps take some of the load off of the NCF, which is our executing arm.
That's right.
But one that could also feed them with a lot more information. So there's a lot more research.
That's right.
You know, a lot more development of
research and development, R&D.
Yeah, and also being able to use that particular arm of the ministry to reach across the waters to the African continent and to other places where we can link our creatives and give them an opportunity to not only create art and things with others, but to discuss business and find ways forward that they can export what they do, even if it's just knowledge and not actual physical pieces, but that they can work together with others and create some beautiful things for this world. I think for me that would be one of the key things that I would like to see happen. Yeah,
definitely, because culture is important to any society, and we saw the linkages of culture throughout the whole society, whether it's in tourism, you know, whether it's for our own national festivals, we have our own NIFCA and so on. Culture is, you can't talk about any society without acknowledging the importance of culture.
Yeah, and the other thing, Simon, that I think I really wanted to do in the ministry is to re-educate people about what culture is. Because oftentimes when we talk about culture, people see it in a tiny vacuum in terms of the arts. So we say crop overs, the festivals and dancing and all this is thing, but we miss out on some of the other things, which is behavior.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, which is the
language,
main part of it. You know,
correct.
Language, behavior, thought. How do we think about ourselves? How do we think about things like religion, God? Are we grounded in a supreme being? Do we actually believe in it? These sort of things help to drive how a society grows. How do we appreciate art and sculpting and all of these things? Do we beautify our country with monuments? What these sort of things. So from architecture to whatever else. So I think once we start to redefine for the public what it is, we begin to go into that sphere of the new national consciousness. How do we feel about ourselves as Barbadians? How do we feel? And we talk about Barbadians in its broadest term. Every single person who lives on this island. What is it about the little different demographics that we have that we can share with each other so that we better understand each other, so that we can build a nation that the rest of the world can look at Barbados as, you know, this is an example of what the world should really be.
I agree with
that.
And
I think culture will shape that.
That is a very, very good thought. And I do believe that we are on our way. Once we continue to have platforms and opportunity to display who we are as a people, it will go a long way. And I'm so grateful for all of the business development part of NCF. I got to say a big shout out to Mr. Hoyt.
Yes.
To
Ramona Grandison.
Zithia, everybody.
Yeah. The CEO.
Of course, Carol Roberts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I mean, these guys do a good job.
Yeah, and consistently so, to make sure that we as cultural practitioners
Yeah.
are able to get our message out there to people and to inspire other people. And I think that that's another thing about culture. Culture is very inspirational.
It is. And on that note, I think that is where I would want to throw out a little challenge
All right.
to our theater people.
Yes.
To let's sit down
All right.
and let's look to see how can we create a theater festival.
I hear you.
You know, how do we use the Daphne Hackett, theater, so that
we have seasons of productions, man. Seasons,
I mean all year round.
Oh,
not
we
just
can do
a
it.
season, all year round.
I agree.
So that people can leave home and go to the theater and enjoy. And the statements must not be relegated to the nice things that we want to hear.
True.
But it must be truth. It must be awe-inspiring. It must touch you in a way that jogs your conscience at some point in time, that says, hey, you know, am I being the best that I can be after seeing this play? Or I didn't know that this was going on in my society.
That's right.
How can I help in correcting these problems?
Correct.
So
it's been a good drive. I can tell you.
It's been an awesome drive.
It's been awesome.
I think I gotta get me one of these.
Yeah, you gotta get a Kia Seltos, man. So Minister King, thank you so much, man.
And thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Yep, you gotta do these.
Yeah, boy, you gotta do elbow bumps. That's right.